A government spewing out fake news with a leader made with AI reflects Trump's anger at the Islamic Republic for the mass dissemination of fake news coinciding with the cutting off of the remaining 1% of the internet in Iran. Tehran's efforts to hide its defeat in the real battle and produce false victories with artificial intelligence continue to include repeated claims about the sinking of the USS Abraham Lincoln, the death of Netanyahu, and the death of 500 American soldiers. From George Galloway to Trita Parsi and Reza Nassiri, the voices of the Iranian regime's proxies abroad raise the question, why does the Islamic Republic lie even to its supporters?
خبری که همکنون به دستم رسید خبر رسمی از تلویزیون کره شمالی نتانیاهو به درک وصل شد.
The regime's spokesmen are hanging on to the biggest enemy of information freedom in the world, namely North Korea, to sell a false story to their supporters. North Korea is the same country that, after its national football team's heavy defeat against Portugal in the 2010 World Cup by 7 goals, announced on its television that the match ended with a 0-0 draw. Other Iranian state media are also trying to outdo each other in a campaign of lies about the war between the US and Israel against the Islamic Republic.
خبر دادن که سپاه پاسداران انقلاب اسلامی با 4 تا موشک بالستیک ناو آبراهام لینکلن رو
This level of distortion of reality met with a strong reaction from the US president, and Donald Trump, on the social media platform Truth Social, called the Islamic Republic a master of news fabrication and listed the lies published about the military defeat of the US, from the IRGC boats firing at the USS Abraham Lincoln to the downing of 5 American refueling planes. According to him, the Islamic Republic is being destroyed in the real war, but is winning battles it creates with artificial intelligence. The Iranian government cut off the internet at the start of the war to prevent the voice of the Iranian people from reaching the world and to hide the realities of its heavy military defeat. On Sunday, NetBlocks, the cybersecurity monitoring organization, reported that the last remaining 1% connection of Iranians to the internet through their VPNs has also been cut off, and the country has plunged into complete media darkness. This is the Islamic Republic's measure for lying about the outcome of the war. This is an image that the IRGC created with artificial intelligence and shared on domestic messaging networks like IDA, a fictional image of the destruction of the USS Abraham Lincoln. And this seemingly more natural image also appeared on the social media platform X, titled Effects of Iran's Attack on the USS Abraham Lincoln. The user who published this video claims that her source is news from Lebanon and Iraq. A few days later, senior IRGC commanders claimed that the ship that had sunk in the state television reports had fled the area.
آبراهام لینکلن را 4 تا البته فرار کرد ولی به سمت 4 تا موشک کروز زدن.
این رو خود آمریکایی‌ها اذعان کردند که این ناو از دور عملیاتی خارج شده، آسیب جدی دیده و از منطقه دور شده و به سمت در واقع آمریکا در حال حرکت هست.
Even Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf, the Speaker of Parliament, claimed on X that the Abraham Lincoln fled the area after the Islamic Republic's drone attack. However, the reality is different. The USS Abraham Lincoln is currently conducting operations near Iran, and fundamentally, not only this ship, but none of the American aircraft carriers can possibly sink. Nevertheless, the media of the Islamic Republic are not alone in these fabrications. Even senior regime officials have entered the game. Ali Larijani, Secretary of the Supreme National Security Council, claimed on the 6th day of the war that more than 500 American soldiers were killed in IRGC attacks, while the human toll for the US has only been 13 soldiers to date. In another part of his critical message, Trump accused, in his assessment, leftist foreign media of colluding with the lies of the Islamic Republic. The media that claimed Trump only had 5% popularity, but he was able to win the election with the people's vote. Part of this false campaign is the result of internal political score settling in the US. However, a significant part of it has also been influenced by the Islamic Republic. While the US has nearly destroyed the Iranian Navy in successive attacks, Trita Parsi, the Iranian-American executive vice president of the Islamic Republic-inclined Quincy Institute, claimed in an interview that the Strait of Hormuz is under the control of the Islamic Republic and that countries are negotiating with the Iranian government instead of the US. Trita Parsi is the founder of NIAC, an organization that some analysts consider to be a lobby for the Islamic Republic. NIAC denies this accusation. The fabricated news about the war is not limited to America. While 95 missiles fired by the Revolutionary Guards towards Israel have been intercepted, in the imaginary world of Iranian government-affiliated media, Tel Aviv has burned in flames and half of Israel's officials have been killed.
یا همون زینی رئیس شاباک اطلاعات داخلی مثل بوق بذارید کشته شد. تو مربار فرمانده نیرو هوایی کشته شد. دیوید بارنیا خیلی زیاد حرف میزد. به دیوید بارنیا هم خداحافظی شد باش رئیس موساد.
They've gone even further and have claimed that Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, has also been killed and his speeches are the result of artificial intelligence. Domestic platforms of the Islamic Republic claim that this news was published by foreign media and internet personalities. They mean George Galloway, a former member of the British Parliament who coincidentally was a presenter for the Islamic Republic's television network Press TV for years and has confirmed that he received a salary from the Iranian government. He is a supporter of Hamas and last year won the Ismail Haniyeh Award at the Sobh Media Festival in Iran. He says Netanyahu has been killed and has 6 fingers in the video of one of his speeches. Simultaneously, Reza Nasri, a professor at an American university and an opponent of the overthrow of the Iranian government, has also claimed that the Islamic Republic has won the war for hearts and minds. A government that killed tens of thousands of Iranian protesters in just 2 days last December and has now cut off the internet, broadcasting these lies on its television for its supporters. Otherwise, the overwhelming majority of the Iranian people know how the bones of the Islamic Republic have been broken in this war. A government that, according to a commentator on X, has so far destroyed 3 Netanyahus, 7 Gerald Ford aircraft carriers and 13 Abraham Lincolns. The main target of these lies in sight is the remaining supporters of the regime, whom the Islamic Republic brings to the streets every night and tries to encourage with big lies and fabricated images to prevent the government's fall in the streets.
فقط آرزوم اینه که شب بخوابم صبح بلند شم سپاه اعلام کنه که ترامپ نتانیاهو به هلاکت رسونده.
Because if they also see these images, it is unclear whether they will still stand by a government that now does not even have a proper leader, as Khamenei's successor has not appeared in public so far, the same one who has taken up arms with the help of artificial intelligence and has gone to war against America and Israel. The leader of the Revolutionary Guards, who is a Rambo in fake news, but in reality has suffered a crushing defeat in the battle. Moshtaba Pur Mohsen, London.